Welcome, my beautiful Fumination. How are you? How are we? My name is Fumidesaluvold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you are so very welcome indeed, my darlings. We are having a meet and greet of Fabuloso on the 20th of what? On the 20th of July, and it's going to be an extravaganza of all extravaganzas. We've got music, we've got food, we've got cake, we've got drinks. We're going to kiki. We have prizes, we have quizzes, we have Q&A, we have step and repeat, and we have all the topics from my channel, from relationships to motherhood, to going back to college, to living your life in your 50s, in your 40s, in your 70s, in your 90s. Darlings, is going to be flawless when I tell you flawless. And you can come shopping only at 10 in the morning until 1 o'clock when we start the event, and then we'll have more shopping after lunch. You're going to just live for it, my darlings. And above all else, which I'm so excited, so excited, and exclusive to my brand, to my what? To my brand Deluxe. What am I wearing? I went to TJ Maxx. For those of you that are in America, it's the equivalent of TK Maxx, and I bought these fabulous disco pants, disco joggers, would I say, gold, lame gold, and then just look, it's got the elastic at the bottom. I live for it. I thought, you know what, why not? Most especially when we're having a conversation about Porsha Williams and Simon Guobadia. So everybody's speaking out. Everybody's speaking out. The other day I saw Porsha had an homage to Waiting to Exhale, where the car was set ablaze and she was throwing away the key. I said, Porsha baby, you're going through it. Then we had a little interview, a little snippet where I saw she was crying and she was saying that, you know what, I gotta get it right with these men. I mean, what do? I need to stay, quiet. I want to be by myself for now because I keep getting it wrong. She's been married twice now.
It's lonely. I can't connect with other men. It's like people trying to introduce me, but it's just, when it's not the same, it's not the same. So I'm going to do it different this time. I'm going to be alone until I'm whole. And then when I'm whole, then I will, open myself back up so I don't make the same mistake again. When you go through a bad enough breakup, you're like, I don't like nobody. Like, you're like, I don't like nobody. I was sitting there, I was like, do I like women enough? Can I get with a woman? Like, who can come in and fill this void? Like, oh my God, somebody. I have got to be able to sit with someone and feel a part of what I felt with him. But I don't yet. It'll come. It'll come. But I'm like, and I think that now that I'm realizing that, because what I've decided is that I'm not gonna look for it anymore. So I'm not gonna like push myself into dating or anyone or trying to figure out, who do I like, who could I be around, because this is probably also part of healing. I mean, just sitting with this, sitting with being alone, sitting with the loss, and let myself heal the loss. And I know I'm crying right now, but I feel good every day. Each day I get better. Each day I feel stronger. But I ain't gonna lie, it's hard. It's hard living lonely when you have to live lonely for a while.
Moving along, we have Simon. He was held by ICE for a good couple of months, and then he was deported to Nigeria, and now he sits down with page 6 in Dubai. If you haven't been to Dubai, you gotta go one time in your lifetime, baby. You gotta go. Anyway, Simon is looking nice, healthy, and hearty, and he's sitting out here and having literally a Q&A. Before we listen to the Q&A and go through it, let me give you a little highlight for those of my new Fumi Nation sisters and brothers. Out the gate, I had said this relationship is not gonna work. It's not gonna work because it was just a hot smoking mess from the beginning. Translation: Porsha was looking for coin. She was on the Real Housewives of Atlanta and she had a status and she really just wanted to marry up. On the other swing side of things, we had Simon, who wanted status, he wanted presentation, he wanted to be a social media personality of sorts, at least fitness, because there was a time when he was doing fitness. And I said, well, okay, now the little sneaky ickly thing was that we had beautiful Fallon in the background, and Fallon was married to Simon, and Fallon was blindsided by the way Simon just dropped her and picked up Porsha, talking about the optics. I know some of you are going to say we're looking at the optics, but you know, it's really love. I smoked it right out and I said, this is a lie. It's a negotiation. And so what happened? It all fell apart. When they broke up, which was really fast and furious, I came out with yet another episode to tell you, well, I did tell you. I told Simon, I said, Simon, I hope of all the 5 marriages that you have had in total, that it is Porsha that will deal with you. And Porsha is. Porsha is what? Porsha is dealing with him, and here he is out here in these streets crying. Let us take a listen, okay?
Regret marrying her?
Absolutely. I said to her in one of my text messages to her, because she didn't respond, because I kept asking her, why did you file for a divorce? And she wouldn't say anything. I tried to reach her mom. Her mom would not respond either. I later figured out this felt like a coup. You know, when I don't know if you're familiar with. I'm from. I say it because I'm from Nigeria, and we were ruled at one point by the military, and so every so often when you want to change leadership, the president, you stage a coup.
Yeah.
That's how I felt. I was totally blindsided. I was no member of her family, whether on the mother's side or the father's side, reached out to me. And the only person I actually reached out to was her mom, and she didn't respond. And so I essentially sent her a text message. I said this was a $5 million rehab project that I took on. She never shared her concerns or issues with me before filing for divorce. If you're married, I've been married quite a bit. I think I understand a little bit about the dynamics of. I should understand a little bit about the dynamics of a relationship. You discuss issues and say, hey, if this does not change or something does not happen, this is what might come of it. We never had those discussions, and I'm happy to share with you text messages where I was essentially blindsided by the divorce fight.
That serves you right, Simon. Camila, Maria. Okay, go for lunch, Mama. You're welcome, darling. That serves you right, Simon. That serves you right. You know what that is called? It's called karma. When you do bad to somebody, you're going to get it tenfold. What you did to Fallon was humiliating. It was embarrassing. But above all, it was unnecessary. You just considered her, please, go with your children and just get out of my sight, because I have Porsha, because Porsha, is much more electrifying and exciting. That's what I want. You were not blindsided. You are not what? You are not blindsided. What happened was, and I live for it because I see it all the time, you get rid of one woman. That's the word. You got rid of her. And we get the absolute joy of you kissing right on the lips the devil herself. And that was Porsha. Not that Porsha is the devil, but the heat that she came with was exactly the antidote, the medicine, the antibiotics that you needed to kill that virus in you. I know that from here going forward, you're going to take your time in walking down the aisle.
This was something that you saw coming. If conversations had been had prior, what do you think Porsha's reason was to file for divorce?
I think I was targeted.
In what way?
I was targeted from day one for financial reasons. But when I filed for divorce from my previous, ex-wife, she was in my DM praying for me. And I think I was in a vulnerable position at that time, and I entertained it, and so it just kind of snowballed from there. Getting engaged in 30 days. I mean, who does that? I was out of my goddamn mind to have done that, and of course I'm paying dearly for it.
Wow.
I am paying what? I am paying dearly for it. Yes, you are, Simon. You know why, Simon? Because Porsha very quickly found out that you didn't have that much money. That you had an empty house and there was a phone on the floor. That you were now being, held by ICE. She calculated everything and she said it's not adding up. Let me get rid of this man because I did not marry him because of his lack, therefore, of any abs. I wanted the coin, and the 5 million, like you said, coup was not that much of 5 million. It's all going to come out in the courts because she would have stayed for that. She bought her a car, I think a Rolls Royce for 300,000. Don't know whether it's completely paid off. But the thing here was that you went there, you sank your teeth into something that had no business with you. You see, you don't study relationships. You don't even study yourself. You just jump in and out of relationships because you've been defrauding United States of America system. You have been defrauding for years from the 80s. And that tells me alone, that just tells, because I'm American, that just tells me that you are somebody that lives a very reckless life. You have wheels underneath your feet. You go down a slippery slope and you do hope that the brakes work. But you didn't check for the brakes before you went down the hill, and everybody and anyone that's with you crashes. And so Porsha said, oh no, just wait 1 minute, let me take these sexy legs up out of here and do what I gotta do. So when you were at ICE, she said, I gotta go. She went to Nigeria. You were dancing up a storm with the gele and the spring. I saw it all. I documented it. You didn't care. You wanted what was on the surface, no substance with you. Let us continue.
That brings me to my next topic. There was some reports stating that the judge overseeing your divorce case has upheld the prenup that you guys signed before entering marriage. Are you able to share a little bit about what those terms are or look like?
That you receive $40,000 a month in alimony for the length of the marriage, which was 14 months. She gets to stay in the house, all expenses paid, including the mortgage, for 36 months, up to 36 months. And if she chooses to own the home, she would have to refinance the property in her name and take a 50% equity. She would have to give me 50% equity in the home.
Wow. What is your reaction to that ruling and that decision?
It's basically what I've held from day one about this case. When I realized that I was targeted, I've had prenups in previous relationship, and I've honored.
You have had marriages, hence the prenups. You had marriages and you had prenups. You upped the stakes in this prenup because it was Porsha Williams, of who you did not know, and she was on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, one of the hottest shows at that time, and kind of sort of still. That's why you find yourself in this mess. You were not targeted at all. You were a willing participant who co-signed that prenup. You signed it. You wrote it. What are you talking about?
And I've honored those prenups without reservation. This time around, I've chosen to challenge in court all the way to the Supreme Court if I have to. This enforcement of the prenup is going to continue to receive legal challenges on the appeal front.
Okay, so you're vowing to appeal this decision for sure.
1,000% is going to be appealed.
Porsha, for the mere fact that he's not in the United States, I want you to get ready to not having access to your $40,000 every month, unless it is a situation where his accounts have been seized and in some way, shape or form, he has trustees attached to it that will enforce by the courts your money, then you might get your coin. He is in Dubai, so we don't know. If from Nigeria, there's nothing they can do. I feel in a sense that they shouldn't have deported him. They should have left him in the United States, and then when he defaults on the payment, you just throw him in jail. That would have been a love story that I would have loved to watch with my snacks and with my salads. I would have lived for it. It would have been on repeat so that I could say, oh wow, oh wow, 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 wow. I would have loved it. But because he has been deported, there's nothing, you can't touch him. You can't touch him. Like he rightly said, you can take the house, you can sell it, you can maybe get your money from there. You never know. Don't get it misconstrued that I am on Porsha's side. Porsha is calculating, and this had nothing to do with love. But Simon, I had called you out from the gate, and I had said that Porsha will be the one. I hope Porsha's the one that will really twist the screw in your bottom. And it seems that she is, with your little voice. But you know, this is what it is. Ladies, please be careful. All the red flags there. They were there, they lay on the grass, they had their bikinis on, and they were enjoying the sunshine. 14 months. Meaning that it was 1 year and 2 months. That's it. Porsha, stay in the house, rest up, save all of your money. I heard that you got about 80,000 per episode. So, you know, just rack up all of your coins and then put that to buy yourself a house and call it a day. Yeah. Call it a day, and like you rightly said, let me get to know myself and go into a relationship that is loving. That is what? That is loving. That's all I gotta say, my darlings. I live and love all of you. Do not forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification button, and I'll see you what? I'll see you sooner than later. All of my love.